Welcome back. I'm still with the chair of the Great British PAC, former Reform deputy leader, of course, as well, Ben Habib. Ben, I want to talk about Lindsay Hoyle. I've been running quite an impassioned campaign called Just Stop Hoyle. Insofar as this guy, thanks to the Daily Mail, has been revealed to have spaffed more than £250,000 of taxpayers' money, travelling the globe in some luxury style, jet-setting around, staying at 900 quid a night hotels, 400 quid meals. He's been hiring chauffeur-driven limousines. When he went to Montserrat in the Caribbean, he actually hired a private jet. He's been to places like Los Angeles, Australia, the Cayman Islands, 19 very glamorous trips, sometimes taking his parliamentary staff and, drumroll, his wife on these trips, and so on and so forth. So we have been saying, this is outrageous. You're the Speaker. Why are you flying around spending all our money on these unnecessary trips? Of course, they always say it's fact-finding. The Speaker of the mother of all parliaments does not need to go to the Cayman Islands to find out how their little parliament works. He really doesn't. That trip cost us about 36,000 quid. Thanks, Linz. Anyway, he gave a speech to the Society of Editors last week in which he sort of said, I have to do this, because, it's fact-finding. I've got to represent the parliament. Oh, yeah, right. You never represent the parliament in Belgium or Siberia, do you? You only represent parliament in very nice places where the sun shines and there's palm trees. But he is now said in a piece in the Times that the reason he has to do all this global travel is because he travels the world speaking truth to power. That's his justification.
But that's not his job. That's not his job.
Yeah, I know. Who does he think he's kidding, this old Labourite, this old freeloading Labourite? Honestly, Ben, it's an outrage.
Well, I mean, there's only one job Lindsay Hoyle has, and that is to chair Parliament. He's like the chairman of Parliament. He is the adjudicator of debate in Parliament, and making sure that parliamentarians observe due protocol when they engage with each other. It's actually not a very highbrow job. He should never be the story. He's meant to sit in the background and allow the story to unfold in the Commons. And yet repeatedly we hear about Hoyle. We've discussed him before in this programme. Twice already, and we're discussing him for the third time. This is a man whose ego outstretches his job. He's done podcasts. He's on social media. He gives his opinion. He shuts down debate in Parliament on crucial issues. He travels the world at our expense. This is a deeply damaging individual. He shouldn't be chair of anything, let alone the incredibly important position of Speaker of the House of Commons, which is, as you say, the heart of our democracy, the mother of all democracies, where freedom of speech should reign, but where he shuts it down in the pursuit of going abroad to the Caribbean and other places at our cost.
Now,
I thought when Bercow went, I thought, great, Bercow's gone. We might get someone decent. And then we got this monkey.
Yeah, we haven't got anybody decent, that's for damn sure. And, of course, then we have this other problem. You spoke earlier, Ben, about, shall we say, the timidity of MPs on certain issues. They don't like to upset the apple cart too much when it comes to some topics. And on the topic of the spendthrift Speaker of the House, they remain massively silent. They will not criticise this guy, because if they get on the wrong side of him, if they get in his bad books, he won't call them to make their little speeches that they think will propel them to high office. So that's what's going on. And now he's saying, I can completely justify all this money that I've spent on your behalf because I'm speaking truth to power around the world. He also talks
about... That's not his job. That's not his job.
Exactly right. He also talks about all these conferences that various speakers have around the world. They get together to find out who says order, order the best. How do you say it? I say order, order. How do you say it? I say order, order. As if that's the discussion. Then, well, what on earth did this lot talk about? And he says, What do you think it would be look like if Britain wasn't represented at these conferences? Fine by me, Lindsay. We wouldn't notice. You're going there because you love globetrotting. It's as simple as that, isn't it?
Well, he doesn't represent British interests when he's sitting in Parliament. How can we expect him to represent British interests when he goes abroad? Yeah. This is a man, in my view, who stands against British citizens' interests. This is the man, as we discussed earlier, shut down genuine debate over the atrocities that took place in Southport. I don't take this man seriously. I don't take the government seriously. I don't take Keir Starmer seriously. Frankly, I don't take the vast majority of parliamentarians, with the exception of maybe a handful, seriously. I think they are dumbed down district councillors passing messages on behalf of whoever their paymasters are, rather than actually standing for British interests. And this man will take, clearly, as you've outlined, any amount of pocket money that he can from our pockets, rather, into his pocket, in order to have a good life. It's really deeply distressing.
When he went to St Helena via South Africa, I think he flew business class, may have been first class, it's always one or the other, with his team. He arrived at the airport, and by the way, they flew to South Africa, and then there was a 4-day period where they waited for their plane to St Helena, and nobody quite knows what they did at all, apart from enjoy themselves. Maybe they went on one of those safaris that Angela Rayner likes to go on, or wanted to go on, when she goes representing Britain on the African continent. By the way, they disappeared into South Africa for about 4 days and then went to St Helena, British kind of islands in the middle of nowhere. And he claimed, I think it was £29,000 or something for that trip. But when he got to the airport in Britain, they said, "Oh, you got too much luggage, Sir Lindsay. You know, you got way." So rather than get rid of one of the bags, he paid. We paid. 500.
I'm sure we paid.
Yeah, £500 excess baggage on an extra case that he wanted to take with him. £500. He doesn't mind spending our money, does he?
I tell you what, I would have given him £5,000 if he'd gone to St Helena like Napoleon and not come back.
Get on your next trip, Sir Lindsay, just take a one-way ticket. That would be a good idea.
One-way ticket, exactly.
Let's not forget, when he first moved into the Speaker's palatial apartment in the middle of the House of Commons, it's right on the river. It's said to be the private residence with the best view in London. He ordered £7 million worth of improvements and then organised a £36,000 portrait of himself to hang in the corridors outside. He is rather self-important, I would say, to the least. But Lindsay, if you're watching, stop spending our money. Stop it. We've got your number. I mean, for God's sake. And stop, you know, when you're in a hole, don't dig a deeper hole. That's what he keeps doing. I can justify this. I can justify this. No, Lindsay, you really can't.